we have two functions. The first one is f of x equals to phi x. This is a linear function. Slope is equals to phi. The other one is just y equals to 3. The graph is a horizontal line. The slope is equals to 0. What we are trying to do next is using the limit definition of derivative to find f prime of x. So derivative, when people mention derivative, that means slope. Slope in application problem, slope means derivative means how things change. The derivative of f at x is given by f prime of x equals to limit as h approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. The reason I have another f of x is because in some textbook, instead of using h, they use delta x. Delta x means change of x. The triangle means delta. Delta x means the change of x. Delta x approaches to 0 of f of x plus delta x, not h anymore, and then minus f of x divided by delta x, and then this symbol is called f prime of x. So f prime of x. If f prime of x exists, then f is differentiable at x. So differentiable, another new keyword. So we have two functions. So first of all, I always start with the formula. So the first one, I will write f prime of x, that is equals to limit as h approaches to 0. You can use delta x if you want to. The h makes everything look much cleaner. F of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, and then that is equals to, please start with a new line with equal and then the limit. And then x plus h, so all you have to do is instead of writing phi x, you have to change the x to x plus h, and then minus the function itself divided by h, and then you do a distribution, right? So step 1 is write f as x plus h, and then you write f of x, and then step 2 is you write f of x, which is just copy the function over, and then step 3 is you fully expand the numerator, which is what we are doing right now. That is phi x plus phi h minus phi x divided by h, and then you can see the 2 phi x got cancelled, and then you have limit as h approaches to 0, and then you have a phi h divided by h. Okay, this is like a checkpoint. If you are not able to get rid of the h in the denominator, then the whole thing, everything you did is wrong, right? You must be able to get rid of the h in the denominator. So you cancel out the h, and then that is equals to phi. So this phi, we call this f prime of x, which is, what does that mean? That means the slope of phi x at any x value. Phi x is a straight line, right? It's a straight line. The slope is equals to phi at any x value, means it doesn't matter which x value you pick on the line. At that point, the slope is equals to 0, right? It doesn't matter what x value you choose. The slope is always 0. You can let x be -1. You can let x be 10, 1,000, 1,000,000. The slope at that point, at your selected x value, is equals to phi. If you just cover up this word and just graph the line, you can clearly see that the slope is equals to phi. Okay. How about the red one? So the red one, so we have f prime of x, that is equals to limit as h approaches to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h, and then limit as h approaches to 0. There is no independent variable on the right hand side of the function, right? So that means x plus h, so you don't have an x to change, then that stays as a 3. And then what about f of x? That is 3 as well. And then you divide it by h. All right, so once you have that, you have a 0 divided by h. So you have limit h goes to 0, 0 divided by h. That means you have limit h approaches to 0. This is 0, so you don't have an h to plug in, then that is just equals to 0. So this is f prime of x. That means this is the slope of y equals to 3 at any x value. Y equals to 3 is one horizontal line, right? It doesn't matter what value you choose, the slope at that point is equals to 0. All right, so that is the end of this video. If you think my instruction is helpful and clear, give me a like, share the video for me, click the subscribe button if you're on your way out. I will catch you all in the next lesson. Signing out.